Good day, guys. We're gonna do the exercise that we did last week using the data on Excel. You open Project Libre, you click Create Project. Your project name should be your student number, your initials as well as your surname. Ways Written Manager, you're gonna write the name of the module, which is Project Engineering. This is important. Your start date, you need to set it. So you will check the first task that you have, and your start time for that first task will be your start date. In this case, the year is 2024, April the 2nd. That's our start date. Then you click OK. From there, we can punch in our data. Phase 1, we have T1 up to T4. And then phase 2, we have T5 up to T12. T12. From there, we're gonna highlight everything that is under phase 1, indent, and then also indent everything under phase 2. This black thing that is appearing on your Gantt chart shows or represents the fact that you have indented your tasks. So if it doesn't show, it means that you haven't indented your tasks. From here, we're gonna punch in our start and finish time. So in this case, your start time is correct because we have set it as we're creating the project. And then your end or finish time for task 1 ends on the 9th. As you can see, you have a red bar on your Gantt chart, which represents your tasks, and then the blue represents your critical parts. For T2, it starts on the 4th of April, and it ends on the 16th of April. T3 starts on the 11th, ends on the 26th. T4 starts on the 3rd and ends on the 11th. Okay. All right. Then we're going to go to our phase 2. T5 starts on the 1st of May. It ends on the 10th of May. 1st of May. And then it ends on the 10th of May. Our T6, okay, I repeated this twice. T5, T6, T7, T8, 9, 10, 11, 12, okay. T5 starts on the 1st of May, ends on the 10th of May. T6 starts on the 1st of May, ends on the 6th of May. First, and then it ends on the 6th of May. T7 starts on the 11th of May, ends on the 31st of May. And then T8 starts on the 1st of May and ends on the 24th of May. T9 starts on the 27th of May and ends on the 6th of June. T10 starts on the 5th of June T10 starts on the 5th of June and ends on the 20th. T11 starts on the 10th of June, ends on the 20th. T12 starts on the 21st of June, and ends on the 1st of April. There you go. We've inserted our data. So now we need to double check under information if everything is correct. Our start date is the 2nd of April 2024, which is correct. That is for our first task. And our finish date is the 1st of July 2024, which is still correct. So we're going to change our status date and put the 1st of July 2024, and then you close. Okay. Okay, so now it's time to insert your milestones. Your first milestone, M1, depends on T1. You're going to insert a row below T1 and put your first milestone. You always put your milestones below the task in which it depends on. And your duration for all your milestones is always equals to 0. So you've placed your 0, and then your start and finish time for your milestone is always the finish time of the task in which it depends on. So it's the 9th of April. The finish time will be exactly as your start time, and it will come automatically. But you always need to double check. And then your M3 depends on T2 and T4. Between T2 and T4, which one has the latest finish time? Our T2 ends on the 16th of April, and our T4 ends on the 11th of April. So your decision will be based on the latest finish time for your task. So for M3, we're gonna insert a row below T2 because T2 has the latest finish time. Then we put 0 for our duration, and then our T2 will ends on the 16th. So we put in the 16th. Our M4 depends on T1 and T2. T1 ends on the 9th of April, T2 ends on the 16th. So our M4 will also be inserted under T2. In this case, we'll insert it under milestone number 3 because T2 for milestone number 4 to be executed, M3 needs to be executed first according to our data. Duration is 0. Finish time for T2 is the 16th. So you put in the 16th. It will come automatically this side. Our M2 depends on T4. Insert a row below T4. Then that's our M2. Duration 0. Finish time is the 11th of April. It would be the same for start and finish time. M5 depends on T3 and T6. Our T3 ends on the 26th of April, and our T6 ends on the 6th of May. So the one with the latest finish time is T6. We're going to insert a row there and put in our milestone number 5. Duration 0. Start and end date would be the 6th of May. For our M6, it depends on T6, 7, and 8. T7 and 8, which one has the latest finish time? T7 finishes on the 31st of May, T8 finishes on the 24th of May. So we're going to choose T7, we insert a row there, and insert our M6. Our duration will be 0, and our start and finish time will be the 31st of May. Our M7 depends on T9. We're going to insert a row there. M7, duration is 0. T9 ends on the 6th of June. M8 depends on T10 and T11. Between T10 and T11, which one has the latest date? So in this case, they both finish on the 20th of June. So you're going to choose the earliest task, which is T10. So when both tasks have the same end date, you will always choose the earliest task. So in this case, it's T10. Then we're going to place our M8. Duration 0, the 20th of June. Okay. Then from here, we need to check if we have inserted all our milestones. So we have M1 until M8, and then all our tasks T1 until T12. So it seems like we have inserted all our tasks and all our milestones. So after this, we then check our preceders, right, or dependencies. So our M1 depends on T1. So we're gonna insert predecessors. We're gonna insert our predecessors. So our M1 depends on T1. How do we insert our predecessors? We observe the identity number for our tasks. So for an instance, task 1, its identity number is 2, meaning that it is, another term would use it as its row number. So it would be row number 2. So task 1 is identified as 2, its identity number. Therefore, our predecessors for M1, we're going to insert 2, because M1 depends on task 1, and task 1 is identified as 2. And then for our M3, our M3 depends on T2. So our T2 is identified as 4, its identity number. So in this case, our M3 depends on T2 as well as T4. So in this case, you have to put both your tasks. So you're not going to choose the one with the latest date when you are inserting your predecessors. You're going to choose both of them. So it depends on T2 as well as T4. Our T2 is represented as 4, and our T4 is represented as 8. So we're going to insert 4, semicolon, 8. And then our M4 depends on T1 and T2. Therefore, you're going to insert the identity number for your T1 and T2, which is 4, 2 and 4. 2, semicolon, 4. Then our M2 M2 depends on T4. T4 is identified as 8. I'm going to place 8. Then we go to M5. M5 depends on T3 and T6. Our T3 is identified as 7 and our T6 is identified as 12. So you're going to say 7 semicolon 12. Our T6, our M5 depends on T3 and T6. T3 is 7 and T6 is 12. Yes. And then our M6 depends on T7 and T8. T7 is task number 7 is represented as 14, semicolon. Task number 8 is represented as 16. And then you click enter. Moving on to M7. M7 depends on T9. T9 is represented as 17. So you're going to put 17, then click enter. Our last milestone, 8, depends on T10 and T11. T10 is represented as 19, T11 as 21. So you're going to insert 19, semicolon, 21, and then enter. Okay, so after inserting all your predecessors, you then gonna move forward to your resources. So you're gonna move forward to your resources. You're gonna double click on your task. In this case, we're starting with your first task. Then you're gonna click resources. Okay, before you assign the resources, we're gonna go to resources and punch in all the resources. So you go to resources, click resources again, and then you're gonna put in all the names of the people that are assigned to all these tasks. So you start with task 1 up to task 12. First task is Ben and Bill. Second one is Ruben, then Jake, Katlego, Pearl, Paul and Moses, Elizabeth, Sean, Jonah, Peter, Mark, and Andrew. As you punch in your names, or rather your resources, the type column will automatically have work by default, and the initials will be also inserted. Maximum units will be written 100, and the last thing you need to put in is your costing, or rather your standard rate. So for Ben and Bill, it is 700 Rand per hour. For Ruben, it is 650 per hour. And then for Jake, it's 600 Rands. It's 600 Rands per hour. And for Katlego, it is 670. Pearl, it's 690. Paul and Moses is 500. Elizabeth is 550. Sean, it is 400. Jonah is 450. Peter is 300. Mark is 350. And Andrew is 500 rands per hour. And then it's time now to assign your tasks to these employees, or rather to assign these employees to tasks. You delegate tasks. So from here, you're gonna now go back to assigning. So from putting in your resources, you're gonna now go to your tasks, then you insert your Gantt chart. And then after inserting your Gantt chart, you're gonna double click on your first task and then assign your resources. So task number 1, we are assigning pen and bill. Click assign, 100% under units should be displayed, and then you close. This name will appear under resource names, as well as your Gantt chart. You will have the name displayed as well. You do the same for all your tasks. Ruben is assigned for the second task. Third task, Jake is assigned. Fourth task, Katleho is assigned. Fifth, Pearl is assigned. Sixth, Paul and Moses is assigned. Seventh, Elizabeth is assigned. And then your eighth, Sean is assigned. Ninth, Jonah is assigned. 10th, task number 10, Peter is assigned. Task number 11, Mark is assigned. 11, Mark is assigned. Then you close. And then 12, Andrew is assigned. Then you're done. So to check that you've assigned all your tasks, observe your resource names column and check if all the people assigned to these tasks are displayed there. You can also check your Gantt chart if they appear. And then you're done. Lastly, you then go to resources. Lastly, you go to view, and then you give me WBS. You're going to take screenshots, and you will have to keep on scrolling. Take a screenshot of everything that is displayed here. And then you're going to paste it on your Excel spreadsheet. So you're going to take a screenshot. You're going to take a screenshot using a snipping tool or any other tool. So this is your snipping tool. You're going to click new, and then you're going to take a screenshot of your work. So this is what you're going to take. Right click, copy, and then your Excel spreadsheet. You're going to right click and paste. You keep on doing the same thing. You scroll again. You go to your project Libre, and then you scroll. You take another screenshot. So you keep on repeating the process until you have all your screenshots displaying on your Excel spreadsheet. From there, I need you to also take screenshots of your network diagram. So you do the same. Do the same. Take a screenshot. You copy. You go to your Excel spreadsheet. And then you open another sheet, which you're going to rename network. So this one will be written network, and then this one will be written WBS. And then for your network, you're going to click here and then you paste. You keep on doing the same thing. You scroll and you make sure that you screenshot everything that is displayed on your project Libre. From the network diagram, you're then going to come to your Gantt chart. And I think that's we have wrapped up everything. So what's important is to just follow instructions, read questions, make sure you understand the question, and then you sort it. So I will need you guys to save your file using your student number, initial, surname, as well as your Excel spreadsheet. You do the same. So you're gonna save this using your initials, student number, initials, surname, and then you go to store space. You go to store space. So I don't have store space on my PC, but you guys should have it. So you have to save your work on store space, and as you keep on pasting your screenshots, you have to always save your work. Last instruction: if you have a computer malfunction, you let me know immediately. You don't let me know that you've been having a computer malfunction when you are about to submit. So you always ensure that you let me know that you're having a computer malfunction. Okay guys, I think we've wrapped up everything. What's important, you need to have red as well as blue bars. If your Gantt chart doesn't show any blue bars, it means that you didn't go to information. You didn't go to information and change your start finish date as well as your status date. And it means that when you were creating your project, you didn't insert your start date. So it's important to do that for your critical part to appear.